All right, I'm sitting here with Frank Eliason, aka at Comcast Cares. He is the customer service extraordinaire over at Comcast through an assortment of social media channels, Twitter being one of them, at Comcast Cares on Twitter. Hi, Frank.
How are you, Dave?
And we're in Chicago, just had a chance to catch up. So, Frank, we just talked about this earlier, and I thought I'd lay it right out there.
Start off top.
Question on everyone's minds. So you got Comcast, big service company. There's a lot of chatter about and there has been a lot of chatter about people being dissatisfied with the service. And you're out there leading the charge in terms of helping people, providing customer service primarily through social channels. But my question is, does that make the product better?
It actually does make the product better. I think the key is there's a lot of discussion right now about social CRM, and centered around the tools of CRM. CRM is really a mindset that goes throughout the whole organization, and it's not so much about the tools. One of the things you see in the social media realm is you're getting feedback from customers everywhere, and that feedback can be utilized whether it's on the phone, say, here's new answers that will help customers, or it could even be, here's a product need that's not being met. It could be easily a flaw in a product, not that we have any flaws in our products ever, but a flaw that's there that's fixable. And the best part is the solution's there. So you have to look at every space, and every space is very different. And I don't think people quite understand that. They look at social media as this one single realm, when it's a variety of different communities. It could be a personal blog, well, that community is just that blog. Or it could be Twitter, where the community is all of Twitter, plus there's a little community of friends within that space. Forums are great communities. For us, we're in forums throughout the internet. We have our own forums, and then there's forums like Broadband Reports. We even have a private forum there that people can engage with us with conversations regarding their account. What we find in the forum spaces is usually highly technical conversations, and they give so much detail, and they a lot of times find the solution. Now it's taking that solution and get it to the product people if it's necessary, or get it to the service people, because now you have a new answer. Instead of saying, oh, it's your router, sorry. Now you can say, well, it's your router, but here's a great conversation on it, and it looks like this is the answer to it.
Okay, so I buy that response, and that basically by listening and doing some participation, you're going to get feedback that can make your service better. Mm-hmm. I buy that. But you have data coming in, so how is Comcast making sense of that data, right? Okay. Because you've got that coming in through Twitter.
Yeah, all these places.
Through all these different places, so you have to make sense of that somehow in order to implement it to make the service better.
I think you have to have a centralized group that's handling this stuff and then parsing it to the right areas. So even though our engineers are heavily involved in our forums, my team is the one that parses this information out and sends it to each group involved. And that is how by having that central contact, you can actually utilize it throughout your organization. So whether it be something that's specific to beautiful Chicago where we're at today,
Hold on, there's beautiful Chicago.
or if it's something national, there's going to be people that need this information and need it now. And there's so many success stories in engaging customers this way. Just the challenge to it is a lot of companies strive to engage them on a more private basis, and I'm going to create this private group, and you're going to be our customer advocacy group and tell us what, as customers, you want. No, all your customers have the ability to do this today and are already doing it. You listen in these spaces and then use that.
Okay, so you're already doing some integration, and obviously the more the integration, the better. Okay. Well, I want to keep this somewhat short, and thanks for sharing some of those thoughts with us. And then my last question would be, what's your take on sort of, what do you think is going to be the thing that we're talking about 6 months from now? What's sort of the big issue that we need to solve, or is there a new technology that you think will impact business?
I think there's two things that are going to be really impacting business, and I don't think it's talked about enough. I think it's going to be internal uses of social media. It's been talked a little bit about, but I think we're going to start seeing some implementations of it. And I'm not talking about the blog the CEO does. I'm talking about ways of service agents talking to other service agents. I think that's going to be huge. The other thing that I see going on is we're coming out of a very bad economy, and there's the workforce has their own beliefs with what's going on with that. I think you'll start to see a lot of things going on where employees are talking in these spaces, and companies are going to have to figure out how to best utilize this information, learn from it, and help the employees out and create the right experience for them. Because I don't necessarily feel that they've been feeling as wanted as they should be.
So it's not enough to engage customers. Employees have to be engaged as well.
I think employees are the key in the coming months.
Great. Hey, thanks a lot, Frank, and always really great to catch up with you.
Always good to see you, Dave.
Okay.